The recent news of the Britney Spears court battle brought national attention to the harmful existence of unnecessary and highly restrictive guardianships that strip away nearly all of a person's rights. Though Britney Spears was eventually able to have her rights restored after a long and expensive legal process, many Texans with disabilities are up against the same barriers, trapped in guardianships, but without the resources that someone like this celebrity has to fight it in court. Many people with disabilities have the capacity to have their rights restored, make their own decisions, and be a part of their community. And in many cases, the law is already in place to allow this to happen. But due to various obstacles, many people with disabilities remain in unnecessary guardianships and experience what is known as civil death.
My name is Ruby. I live in Lubbock, Texas. I normally, on the days that I work, I either go to work on Tuesdays and Thursdays. On the days that I'm off, I stay at home. I either clean, interact with my birds. I like to talk to my friends. I also love to make TikToks. I love to draw. I like to dance. I like to sing. When I was in the guardianship, it felt like I had someone doing all my thinking for me. I felt like they were doing all the talking for me as well. I didn't feel like I was living my life, and I just didn't feel like I was myself because someone was always controlling everything, and I was not able to actually show my true potential and who I really was, and that I can actually make good decisions without anyone making them for me.
My name is Linda Warren, and I'm from Tyler, Texas. So when I feel like it, I cook, I bake, or I cook something else. And I like to sing, I like to write. I love reading my Bible and studying it. To have a guardian, it felt like um, I really had no say so over anything. That's the way it felt. Like my life had just shut down because I took care of myself and my 4 children for 33 years. So being on a guardianship just actually stopped my life from me being free in the community and being able to do the things I used to do for myself normally, which would be normal for me.
Disability Rights Texas is the protection and advocacy agency for Texans with disabilities. Our new report, Overcoming Civil Death, exposes the broken system that imprisons many Texans with disabilities in unnecessary guardianships that limit their freedom and independence.
Our report highlights the overwhelming obstacles that Texans with disability face who have capacity to have their rights restored but are unable to do so because of legal barriers.
To restore my rights, I basically had to write multiple letters to the judge back ranging from 2015. And every time I had got denied.
I also wrote the judge many times while I was in the facility. And I would call them and call them. I had a guardian at Leiden, I think it is. And I called him and I wrote him letters. He refused to help me.
One of the obstacles highlighted in our report is that people with disabilities are prevented from hiring an attorney, which is a denial of their right to due process. This is a right that every person has, regardless of their guardianship status.
The report also reveals some of the problems with the legally required annual reviews of guardianships. For example, people under guardianship don't receive notice or have a right to participate in their annual review, and the actual reviews conducted by the courts are often inadequate or non-existent. Another problem the report highlights is the inadequate or lack of response by the court to allegations of abuse and neglect of those individuals under guardianships.
Now that I have my rights, I am basically happy to say that I'm able to come and go out of the group home as I please. I'm able to have more independence now. Me being more independent has actually done a lot for me. I'm learning things that I didn't know before and couldn't learn before. And to be honest, that is the best thing that's ever happened. It's made me learn about more about growth and maturity. It's also taught me responsibility as well as budgeting my money.
Now that I have my rights back again, I don't have the guardianship anymore. I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like I have my freedom, what America's made for. My freedom. And my family, I got my family back. And I was able to live in the community again and have a real life, be able to go to church again, be able to walk outside, be able to be with my grandchildren, see my father again.
Overcoming civil death details these problems and others that prevent a person under guardianship from having their rights and their life restored. The report also provides straightforward solutions to address these barriers, so more Texans with disabilities have the opportunity to have their rights restored, enjoy autonomy, and make life decisions according to their own preferences. To learn more about this issue, possible solutions, and more stories like Ruby's and Linda's, read the full report at drtx.org/restore-rights. Disability Rights Texas provides legal assistance to people who want their guardianships terminated and their rights restored. This includes helping people implement supported decision-making agreements and other alternatives to guardianship. Call 1-800-252-9108 to request legal help with these issues, and visit drtx.org for resources and information about our other services.